Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back for another episode of Morning Tea with Dr. T. And I'm so grateful that all of you have decided to come back this morning. And so, listen, if you are here, I am asking that everyone share this live. Tag a woman, every women's community, every women's group, so that they do not miss this morning's live episode of Morning Tea with Dr. T. All right. So, over the past few days and last week, there are days where we had 600 plus viewers, we've had 300 plus viewers, we've had 500 viewers. So, it varies every day, but everybody who comes through should be sharing, right? And I'm looking like, wait a minute. Now we've had more viewers and we haven't had enough shares. So I need you all to do me a favor and please share with all the women who you know who need to be here, who can benefit from this morning tea with Dr. T. I appreciate you all so much. And so we are streaming on multiple different platforms right now. I have you all on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram Live. And so I do not take it lightly that you take time out of your morning to get up here with me each and every day. And for those of you who are new here, I am up here every day at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so please go ahead and set your notifications, set your alarm so you never miss a live morning tea with Dr. T. All right. So thank you so much. All right. I love to see where you all are tuning in from. So go ahead and drop in the comments, where are you from? I know we've had Mississippi in here. We've had North Carolina in here. We've had Virginia, Florida, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Liberia, Maryland, Georgia. And I know I'm missing some other places, but go ahead and drop it in the chat and let me know where you are tuning in from. I want to be able to shout you out. And if I miss you here right now, I will come back and I will shout you out later after my team and I go and look at the comments. But I am grateful. I'm grateful. And so for this morning's Tea with Dr. T, this is a place where mindset, leadership, and purpose meet. And I am your host, Dr. Tiffany R. Harris, the mindset architect for limitless success. And so, what I want you to do is go ahead and grab your tea, grab your coffee, grab your pen, grab your notebook, or grab your iPad so that you can take copious notes. Because for the next few minutes, I'm going to be pouring a little mindset into your morning. And if that's all right, I want you to type "that's all right" in the comments. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for being here. All right. So, quick announcements, right? So, if you've been here, you know, and I'm going to make this announcement again. The pre-sale for my anthology, We Don't Look Like What We've Been Through, Series 2 is available now. So you can TikTok, go in my bio and click the link, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. You can scan this QR code right here and get your copy, your autographed copy, for only $20. That's it, and that's all, just $20. Some of you spent that yesterday when you went out to Olive Garden or Red Lobster, okay, or at the mall. And so just $20. And for the first 10 individuals who purchase their book, you will also receive a free gift from me. So please support this live show, support the anthology, and grab your copy. And I want to say thank you to all of you who have supported already and you have purchased your copy. This is more than an anthology. This is more than women just coming together and telling their experiences in a book. And I told people before, this project is for women who need encouragement. It's for women who need inspiration. It's for women who need to know that what they are experiencing, it can change, right? It will pass. And this anthology, this project is going to give you information, strategy, system, and resources that will help you conquer everything that you're up against. All right. And so thank you so much in advance. And buy this. If you have a community, get a book for your entire community. You don't have to get one. All right. And so when you go to checkout, it will allow you to order 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and more if you would like. Okay. All right. And so thank you all so much. So I want to go ahead and jump into what we are going to be talking about today. And before I do that, I just want to check in. If you are joining me live, I want you to put good morning in the chat. And if perhaps you come back and watch the replay, I want you to put replay in the chat so I can just see who is here in the moment, who made the sacrifice and got up on here at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Maybe while you're driving down the road, you might be in the shower, you may be on your way to get your cup of coffee. Let me know. All right. So either way, I appreciate you being here. All right. So today's morning tea conversation is about something that impacts how you show up, how you speak, and how you lead. Right. Yes, we're going to cover all of that. And it's about knowing your worth and owning, no, it's about knowing your value and owning your worth. That's what I want to say. Yes. So let me say that again. It's about knowing your value and owning your worth. Welcome, welcome, Alex. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. And so the truth is, many women are talented, many women are gifted, many women are capable, right? But they are still questioning their value, right? And they may still show up. Like I said, I showed up, my teeth chattering, knees knocking, palms sweaty. So some women are still showing up, but deep down inside, they're still asking, well, am I really supposed to be here? Do I really belong here? Right? And so I want to ask all of you a question. Have you ever been in a room and you knew that you were qualified to be there, but you still question if you belonged in that room, right? And if that is you, type value in the comments. If you've ever been in a room and you know, like, I'm supposed to be in this room, but for some reason you still question whether or not you belong, right? If that's you, put value. Now, I tell y'all this all the time. If it was me on the other end and somebody was asking me that question, I would be typing value in the comments so fast, right? Because I have been there, done that. I remember, let me tell y'all a little secret, don't tell nobody, right? I used to hide in the bathroom. We talk about questioning whether or not I belong. I used to hide in the bathroom, like, oh my God. Like, did I make a mistake? Am I really supposed to be amongst these 6 and 7 figure income earners? What time is it? It's supposed to be over at 9 o'clock and it's only 7. Oh Lord, help me. What am I going to do for the next 2 hours? I don't fit in. I don't look the part. I don't sound the part. Right? So I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not the only one who has done that. Right? Don't tell nobody I told y'all that. But here's the truth. If you don't recognize your value, and you will accept less than your worth if you don't recognize your value. You will accept less than your worth, right? And that shows up in what you tolerate, what you accept, what you speak, and how you lead. In those 4 different areas, it will show up, right? And so Psalms 139 and 14, it reminds us, right? I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Right? Janet, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Right? Dr. Maya, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Tamisha, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Yeah, I want you to write that down and put that in the comments. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. And what that means is that your value is not something you earn. It's something that you were created with. Right? Write that down in your notes. My value is not something that I earned. It is something that I was created with. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, Gigi. Yeah. And so some of you have been overgiving, undercharging, shrinking your voice, and downplaying your expertise. Yeah, because you are not owning your value, right? And it's not because you lack value, it's because you haven't fully owned it. Yes, you are valuable, but do you really believe that? Are you walking in that? Are you holding your head up high and shoulders back? Yeah, that's the difference. That's the game changer. That's the missing piece, right? And so let me ask you another question. Have you been showing up below your value? Have you? And listen, I told this is a safe space. You can be honest here. You can be free here. This is a come as you are space. This is a pull your wig back, lace front off. Listen, get comfortable here, y'all. Get comfortable. Right? So have you been showing up below your value? Is it in your business, in your leadership, in your relationships, in your voice? Where is it? Drop it in the comments and let me see. And again, I tell y'all, I don't just get up here and give you theoretical and textbook stuff that I read and learned and from the degrees. Nah, nah, nah. Forget about the degrees. I live this. I've walked this. I've experienced this. I've felt this. Right? So I know what it's like to be in that position where I did not own my value. And it showed up in my voice. It showed up in my business. And I also know what it looks like and the changes, transformation, and the results that I have seen when I started to not only know my value, but also own it. Not only know my worth, but also own it. And I want the same thing for you. All right. And so there was a moment where I had to take a real look at how I was showing up. Not just what I was doing, but how I saw myself. Right. And that's real for some of you. And when I did that, I realized I wasn't showing up with the skills, right? Or the confidence. But when I shifted that and I did a deeper introspection, right? I said, okay, I'm showing up with the skills, but not the confidence, right? So I had everything had to align, right? So I was showing up with the skills, but not the confidence, right? I had the experience, but I was still questioning my value. And the shift didn't happen externally, it happened internally. And that's why I always tell y'all mindset. It starts with a mindset shift first. All right. And so knowing your value is internal. Owning your worth is external. So even if you have to get in the mirror every single day, Olivia, and say, I am fearfully and wonderfully made, so that you know your value, right? It's an inside job before you can go out there. And so knowing is awareness. Owning it is the action, right? So you can get up in the middle, in the early in the morning, even if you need to do it in the middle of the day, and speak to yourself and say it out loud who God has created you to be. So now when you get it in here and you feel it, or you can project it, you can walk in it, you can shine in it, you can strut in it, you can talk in it, right? And own it. And don't be afraid of your value and of your worth. Okay? And so in essence, you don't just think differently, you are also going to show up differently. Yeah. Put that in the comments and in the chat and in your notes. I'm going to show up differently. Yeah. Let's go to Proverbs 31 and 25. Okay. And it says, she is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. Right? That's a woman who knows her value, owns her worth, and walks in confidence. Right? What's that song? She's a bad man, pajama. Or I'm not going to sing the rest of it. Yeah. 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 Right? That's what that means. She knows her value, she owns her worth, and she walks in confidence. All right. So, what would change in your life if you fully owned your worth? What would change? Right? And if you're ready to shift, put in the comments, I know my value. Put in the comments, Betty, I know my value. Because here's the thing. You don't need more validation. You don't need more approval. You don't need more permission. You need alignment. And forget about you don't need more permission, more approval, right? Or more validation. You never needed it. You never needed it at all. Not forget about needing more, not needing more of it. You never needed it at all from any man that's down here. And if you were live the other day, I cannot remember which episode it was, but I told you God has already approved you, validated you, right? Equipped you and gave you the permission. You don't need anybody's permission down here to be great. Put that in your notes and in the comments. I don't need anyone's permission to be great, right? And so you need alignment. And because the moment you align with your value, let me tell you what's going to happen. Your standards change, your decisions change, your results change. I just told y'all what happened when I changed. I saw different results, right? And so here's what I want you to do today. Here's what I want you to do today. So I want you to identify one area where you've been shrinking, whether it's your voice, in your business, in your leadership, in your ministry. Identify one area where you have been shrinking, okay? And then I want you to make one decision that reflects your value. The one decision that reflects your value. All right. And then what I want you to do is speak one thing today with confidence. Okay. So I got 3 things to do today. So listen, you mess around and get around me. Yes, I'm going to give you some homework. I'm going to give you some things to do. I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to ask you questions to make you think, to shift your mindset and your perspective, to shift how you feel, to shift the actions that you take. Right? All right. And so I want to give you the morning tea with Dr. T takeaway, okay? And I want you to say this if you can. If you're not at work, if you're not in a place where there's other people and you're not going to get in trouble. So if you're in your car, you're in the bathroom, you're in the shower, and you're listening to me and you're just riding in the car in silence like I do, I want you to repeat this after me. I will no longer question what God has already confirmed. Mm-hmm. I will no longer question what God has already confirmed. Ah, I hear some of y'all. I hear y'all saying it, y'all yelling and stuff. Yes, I will. Somebody's calling. I will no longer question what God has already confirmed. Okay. And then I want you to write this down. I know my value and I will own my worth. Write that down. I know my value and I will own my worth. Okay. And as I close today's morning tea, I want you to remember, and I say this to you all every day. So, and if you're new here, this is your first time hearing it. Okay. The woman who you are becoming requires a mindset that refuses to play small. Okay? And I also want you to remember the woman you are becoming knows her value and refuses to shrink her worth. Yeah. Okay. And so if this message encouraged you, I want you to type win, WIN, in all caps in the comments and share this with another woman who needs it. We are not gatekeepers over here. So we want to make sure that all the women in all the communities that you know of are present, or you at least do your part and you share it out with them and you tag them in it. And I want to shout out all of you who have been tagging women in the morning tea with tea. Adrian, I see you. Jessica, I see you. Chanel, I see you. Danielle, I see you. Those are just a few women that I've seen who have tagged women, and I thank you for that. Tracy, I see you. Thank you for tagging other women. And so I invite you to stay connected with When Women Empower. And if you are not connected, get connected with When Women Empower. And so for those of you who do not know, I am the founder of When Women Empower, which is a global women's membership community. And our mission statement is women empowering women to soar, scale, and succeed. All right. And so it is a community that you most definitely want to be a part of if you have been looking for sisterhood. I lovingly and affectionately call the women who are in my community sister friends. So if you are looking for a safe space, a judgment free space, a come as you are space, an accountability group, this is the place where you want to be. And so come, this is where you grow mentally, physically, financially, and spiritually. The women in the community are doing amazing things. They are authors, they are co-authors, they're speaking on the stage for the first time, they are starting their businesses, they are shifting their mindset, they are increasing their confidence, they are collaborating with multiple individuals. So much is happening, and I want you to be a part of it. And every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I facilitate a Zoom growth session exclusively for our members only. And so there's room for you. And this is your invitation to be a part of this amazing community that is like no other and become one of our 100 founding members. So go to tiffanyharris.net/win women empower so that you can join us. All right. And I want to thank everybody who's been committed to the community. We've just celebrated our 3-year anniversary and we are continuing to elevate. Okay. All right. So thank you again for being here. I appreciate you. And so, Father God, we thank you. We thank you for your presence. We thank you for another episode, episode 15 of Morning Tea with Dr. T, God. Lord, we just thank you for just continuing to do the unthinkable, continuing to do the unimaginable, God. Lord, I just thank you for covering all of the women who were here on today live and those who will come back and watch the replay, God. Lord, I just thank you for reminding them that they are valuable, that they are worthy, God, and that they were created in your image, God, beautifully and wonderfully, God. Let them hold on to that and never forget who they are and whose they are, God. And so, Lord, I just thank you from now on. Every room that they go into, God, they will feel like they belong. They will know that they were qualified. They know that this is the room that you have given them to. God, you have already approved them. You have already confirmed. You have already given them the permission and validation, God. And so that's the only validation, permission, and approval that they need, God. And so let them kind of come out of hiding. Let them come from behind the bushes and stop shrinking, God, and let them come from the back of the line to the front of the line, God, because they are next in line, God. And so I thank you for all that you have in store for them, God. I thank you that this will be the last day that they shrink in their leadership. This will be the last day that they shrink in their business. This will be the last day that they shrink in their ministry. This will be the last day that they shrink their voice, God. And so I thank you for all things being created new, God. Lord, I just thank you for lifting up their heads, God. Thank you for giving them new strength each and every day, God, and cover all of them in your precious blood. And I thank you, God, for bringing them back safe and sound and bringing other women with them for another episode of Morning Tea with Dr. T. And I seal this prayer in your name, Jesus. Amen. All right, everybody. Thank you again so much for tuning in. For those of you who went ahead and ordered your copy of We Don't Look Like What We've Been Through, Series 2, I thank you so much. It has been great. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow for another episode of Morning Tea with Dr. T. And this is where mindset, leadership, and purpose meet. Have an amazing day, everybody.